The night was cool and crisp, and the moon hung low in the sky, casting long shadows on the forest floor. I adjusted the straps on my leather armor, taking a deep breath as I stepped into the unknown. This was it, the first step on my journey. The wind whispered through the tall pines as I stood at the edge of the forest, my heart pounding with a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. A journey that would take me through 3 quests, each demanding a different approach, and each with its own high-stakes outcome. My first goal was to confront the ghosts of my past, to make amends for the mistakes I had made. I knew that my approach to this would be crucial. I had 2 choices, avoidance or confrontation. The best-case scenario for avoidance was that my past would remain hidden, but the worst-case scenario was that it would continue to haunt me, like a shadow that never fades. Confrontation, on the other hand, offered a glimmer of hope. The best-case scenario was forgiveness and redemption, but the worst case was rejection and scorn. I took a deep breath, summoned my courage, and decided to confront my past. It was a risk, but one I had to take. With each step deeper into the forest, my resolve hardened. The journey was fraught with danger, but I was determined to face it head-on.
Years ago, I had made a promise to myself. A promise to accomplish a task that had always seemed out of reach. The best-case scenario was that I would finally achieve it, proving to myself that I was capable of more than I had ever believed. The worst case was failure, a reminder that I couldn't keep even the simplest of promises. To achieve this goal, my approach needed to be one of determination and perseverance. I couldn't afford to give up, no matter how difficult the path ahead. I pushed myself harder, honing my skills, and inching closer to my objective with each passing day. The final quest was perhaps the most daunting. I had to approach a person of great power and influence to ask a question that could change the course of my life. The best-case scenario was that they would grant my request, elevating my status and opening doors I had never imagined. The worst case was rejection, a devastating blow to my already fragile self-esteem. I had procrastinated on this task for too long, paralyzed by self-doubt. But as I journeyed through the forest, I realized that the time for hesitation was over. I needed to approach this person with confidence, armed with the belief that I deserved their consideration. As I ventured deeper into the forest, my 3 quests converged. The approach to each situation had been carefully considered, and I had adapted as circumstances changed. It wasn't easy, and there were moments when I faltered, but I pressed on. The forest was no longer a place of fear. It was a place of transformation. With each challenge I faced, I grew stronger. I confronted my past, achieved my long-promised task, and finally, with trembling hands, approached the person of power. In the end, my approach had determined the outcome. The best-case scenarios had unfolded before me, one after the other. I had faced my fears, conquered my doubts, and emerged victorious. As I stood before the person of power, I knew that my journey was far from over, but I had learned the most important lesson of all: that the approach we take to any situation, no matter how daunting, can shape our destiny. And I was determined to approach the rest of my life with the same courage and determination that had brought me to this point.